Mr. Speaker, details of the custom measures will be communicated through the East African Gazette and implementation from for implementation from 1st July this year. I will highlight just a few of them. Mr. Speaker, our iron ore and steel industry is facing stiff competition from imported cheap and subsidized iron and steel products. In order to protect the local iron and steel industries, I have increased the rate of import duty from 25% to 35% in a wide range of steel and iron products which are available in the region. Mr. Speaker, Kenya has sufficient capacity to produce some paper and paper products which require protection. To protect manufacturers of these products, I have increased the rate of import duty from 25% to 35% on some paper and paperboard produced in the region. Mr. Speaker, our textile and footwear sector are closing down due to increased unfair competition from cheap imported textile and footwear, as well as second-hand clothing and footwear. In order to encourage local production and create jobs for our youth in the sector, I have introduced a specific rate of import duty of $5 per unit, or 35%, whichever is higher. This should guard against undervaluation. Mr. Speaker, to protect the timber and furniture industry from proliferation of cheap timber products and to enhance the local production, I have introduced a specific rate of duty of $110 per metric tons on particle board and $120 per metric ton on medium density fiber board, and $230 per cubic meter on plywood, and $20 per meter on block boards, or an ad valorem duty of 35%, whichever is higher. Mr. Speaker, on local manufacturers, Mr. Speaker, our local manufacturers have adequate capacity to manufacture vegetable oil to meet regional demand. To protect local manufacturers from imported cheap vegetable oils, I have introduced a specific rate of $500 per metric tons or 35%, whichever is higher. Mr. Speaker, pests and vectors continue to pose a great risk to crop and animal production. Despite our potential to produce pesticides and acaricides locally, we continue to import them. To encourage local production, I have allowed manufacturers of these products to import raw materials and inputs under the EAC duty remission scheme. Mr. Speaker, currently, the law provides for exemptions of duty for some selected vehicles for the transport of tourism. To boost tourism and provide a platform to market our national brand worldwide, the exemption will now be expanded to include sightseeing buses and overland trucks imported by licensed tour operators. Mr. Speaker, majority of our people rely on firewood for cooking. This has a significant negative impact on our forests as well as adverse health effects. To make clean and healthy cooking methods, such as use of cooking stoves, affordable, and encourage local production of clean cooking stoves, inputs and raw materials for assembly of clean energy cooking stoves imported by local manufacturers will be imported under a duty remission of 100%. This will promote local production of clean energy cooking stoves and make them affordable to our people.